Yuki fam, the 2025 Yuki Productions Gaming Draft is this Tuesday at 5:30 live here on the channel. And here I'm going to give you guys a preview of what to vote for as we get ready for 2025. This is your gaming draft preview right here on the channel. So I want to give you guys a little bit of details of what to vote for. And at the end, I want to go over some changes I made to some channels. You're going to find out some of the changes in a moment, right? Actually. So here's how you guys can vote. yukiproductions.com, and then you go to the homepage. There is going to be a link that says vote for games here. You can get to this page. Okay. Here's how it's gonna go. Voting on the website will end tomorrow at 10 p.m. right after the Mario streams and content. The top two, whatever you guys vote for on each channel, will be automatically selected to be part of the channel in 2025. Then on Tuesday, you're going to vote for two more. The top two there also get selected for 2025. The rest of the games that are not selected will still be part of 2025, but they will be voted on like a normal poll after we finish the last game of the on the board. I'll give you an example in a moment. So I do want to draw your attention to this voting notice because this is important. As you guys know, we have a new channel called Yuki Productions 2. But Yuki Productions 2 is actually replacing Francis the Hedgehog Plays. And that is because I am merging Francis the Hedgehog Plays with the Francis Squad channel for reactions and gameplay. So Francis the Hedgehog Plays is now part of the Francis Squad channel, which will be responsible for Francis the Hedgehog Reacts and Francis the Hedgehog Plays. So keep that in mind that the Francis Squad is going to have its own voting here, and he's picking fifth in the draft. And speaking of the draft, let's give you the games that we're going to have for 2025. With the first pick of the draft, Yuki Mario World selects the following games for 2025, and they are as follows: Mario Galaxy 1, Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario Fusion, Super Mario 64 Stardust Brilliance, Super Mario 64 Blast of the Past, Super Mario 64 Royal Legacy Definitive Edition, Eureka, and Super Mario 64 Decades Later, which was updated. As you guys can see, we have a mixed bag of ROM hacks, fan games, and normal games. Okay? Mario Galaxy, very simple, classic game. Super Mario Fusion is a game where you can select a character and play Mario style levels, but the characters are actually from different games. For example, Link is from a different game, Sonic is from his own game, and you can also play as Tails. Yeah, that's right, Tails the Fox. So yeah, there you go. The other five are ROM hacks, like our normal stuff. I do want to clarify Super Mario Fusion. I mean, not Super Mario Fusion. Um, Decades later, that last one there, we actually have played this game. However, the game was updated to include 333 stars. Yes, you heard that right. 333. Now, if we decide to play it, we will not finish 333 stars. There is no way. Not with these many games on the board. We're just going to beat Bowser and we're done. The last time. Okay? With the second pick of the 2025 Yuki Productions Gaming Draft, Francis Riolu selects these games: We have Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Rejuvenation, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, Pokemon Unbreakable Ties, Pokemon Diamond, Arrow, and Island. Mixed bag of again fan games, ROM hacks, and classics. Pokemon Emerald, Coliseum, XD Gale of Darkness, and Diamond are classics. Rejuvenation, Unbreakable Ties, Arrow, and Island are fan games. I do want to clarify Unbreakable Ties. Because we are playing this right now, actually. However, there is a new update that allows different things, like a new, different difficulty, the social media experience, all that. If you guys want to see this again with the new updates, you have to vote this in. Okay? Keep that in mind. With the third pick in the 2025 Yuki Productions Gaming Draft, we have our brand new channel, Anime Yuki. Very simple, anime games. Two games I would like to point out that are two games that are not listed, but that got an automatic buy. And they are Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. So those games are automatically in. Also in is going to be Maple Story. So those three games you do not need to vote in. We will be playing those as part of the channel sometime in 2025. However, same rules apply for these games. So those games I just mentioned, Star Rail, Honkai Star Rail, Maple Story, and Genshin Impact. You do not need to vote for them. They are automatically in. But you do need to vote for is these games. Sword Art Online Lost Song, Tales of Symphonia, Vesperia, Fatal Bullet, and Integral Factor. Okay. Tales of Symphonia and Vesperia are classics. Lost Song is a Yuki classic. I'll explain why right now. Because I actually have gone live with this game before. Believe it or not, back in 2000 something, 2017 or 20, when I first started like really getting into streaming, this was one of my first games. And if you guys remember, there is a thing on PS4 called groups or communities. That's where I started. That game. Oh, and that's where I got my Yuki name from. There is a character by the name of Yuki Kono. That's where I got the name from. Um, Fatal Bullet and Integral Factor just came out in the recent years, so those are new. With the fourth pick in the 2025 Yuki Productions Gaming Draft, we have Indie Yuki. That means you know who's going last. Francis the Hedgehog. So here are the games that you guys can vote for. Dead Zone Rogue, Portal 1, Portal 2, Portal Mods, Simulator Games, Projected Dreams, Void Side Dungeon Crawler. Simple terms. Dead Zone Rogue is a rogue-like game where every game session is different, every weapon is different, and you get a different experience every game. Portal 1, Portal 2, Portal Mods, very simple. It's a puzzle game where you have to use portals to transport different cubes to switches that will activate a switch. For every puzzle, there is a solution. You have to think about it. You have to think about your solution while you're playing the game. Simulator games like TCG Card Shop Simulator. So for this one, we can play simulator games like for example, Supermarket Simulator or TCG Card Shop Simulator or games that are simulators like farming. Games like Stardew Valley is not a simulator. That is an actual game where you do stuff. Simulator games are like what if you are a card shop or what if you ran a supermarket. Those type of games. Um I will tell you for this game, there are mods. And interestingly enough, there is a Pokemon mod. I am not joking. So if you decide to put this in for 2025, then you're going to vote for another branch. You're going to vote for normal or Pokemon mod. If the normal mod is selected, then it's going to be played on Indie Yuki. But if the Pokemon mod is selected, it's going to be played on both Indie Yuki and Francis de Riolu. That is the difference in this game. Then Projected Dreams. Projected Dreams. Think of being a kid. Think of being a child with shadow puppets. But when you project it on the wall, what you're actually doing is you're trying to replicate that shadow puppet, but with using different objects in the room. So you use the object like the like a shadow puppet or a card like cards, and you have to replicate the shadow puppet, but you have to replicate it with using objects in the room and something like that. So if you want to replicate a shoebox, like the shape of a shoebox, you would like literally put a box that's horizontal and then a textbook on top of it horizontal. That's what I'm trying to say. We have Void Side, which is an FPS game. It's a short game, but there's missions inside. And Dungeon Crawler. If you ever been to an arcade before, you know that there is a claw machine game. Claw. And you have to press the button to lower the claw and get prize. Well, think of that, but in RPG sense. There's shields, swords, mana potions, all that. So your prize is actually getting to attack or heal or defend with the character. So if I draw 5 swords, 2 shields, and 2 potions, I get to attack 5 times. I get to get 2 shields, and I get 2 potions. Those are my prizes. So that's how the game works. So that's Dungeon Crawler. You're literally playing a claw machine, but in a form of an RPG. Actually, pretty unique. The fifth pick of the 2025 Yuki Gaming Draft belongs to Francis Riolu, our boy. He gets to pick fifth. And keep in mind, this is going to be on the Francis Squad channel. The, the games are as follows, and there are two variations of one game here, potentially three. Sonic X Shadow Generations, the new game that just came out. Sonic Adventure 2, but with crowd control. Sonic Adventure 2, but you get to play with fan-made characters. Yes, that's right. You get to play with fan-made characters from one of the modders. And if you're interested, you can see Francis the Hedgehog in the game. I do have to pay $100 though. That's the caveat. Then we have Sonic Forces, Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Frontiers, and Sonic All Stars Racing. Very simple. But there is a note on Sonic Frontiers. I heard there's a lot of new content into the game. Now, are we going to finish the game normally? Yes. But I do not want to do any DLC because I want to get into the other games that we're going to have in the channel. So I want to make sure we have time for every game, basically speaking. Games not finished in 2025 are going to be rolled over to 2026. Now I want to go over some changes in terms of our channel. First off, let's talk about the main channel. Members only videos are now shown. In order to watch these, however, you have to be a member. Okay? These are game development material and other stuff that are interesting. Okay? Um we have our overtime show. That is going to be still going to happen. I think you guys enjoyed that, but it's going to be late at night. But we're going to decide if it's going to be on a different day or just on a Friday. Okay? So you guys have to vote on this. You guys want it on a Tuesday or do you guys want it on a Friday? It's basically our show to calm down, take a look at gaming news, and play a game late at night. I will tell you for our next one, we're gonna be playing Would You Rather on the next overtime after the articles have been read. We're gonna read articles first, and then we're gonna play a game. That's how this works. You watch us discuss, and then we play. That's how this game works. That's how this show works. Um, Other things to note. If you have been watching the gaming news, I have changed the format. As you guys can tell, I have changed the format of the show. Albeit this video has no audio because it's weird. My idea was we're gonna change it into a presentation style for gaming news. Okay? The exception is overtime because I do that one live. Alright? So make sure you guys understand that. So far, you guys have been enjoying it. Obviously, there's no audio. So I just gave you an image just to give you, hey, here are the deals for Black Friday. Alright? So we're gonna use that format. Also, speaking of format changes, the Infinite Zone and Francis Hedgehog react. And maybe Francis the Riolu reacts too. So the Infinite Zone is supposed to have artwork showcases, right? But usually I talk a lot. So what I'm going to try, this is very experimental for something like this. Because for the gaming news, that makes sense. Because there's a lot to read. But you're not reading anything when it comes to art showcases. So I have two ideas. Number one, we do it like gaming news, but for artwork. So for example, if we take a look at this particular video for Blaze the Cat, I could literally put this in a presentation slideshow. Put whoever made it. Done. Next image. That's all I have to do. Literal. And then show's done. Episode 1 done. Oh, you want to see artwork of Sonic? Sure. Here's your presentation. Here's the images. Here's the slideshow done. Good night. I could literally do that if you are interested on this particular idea. Okay? Now keep in mind the presentation idea is very experimental because for gaming news it actually makes sense because I'm reading articles and there's a lot to read sometimes. And especially if the article is about business, marketing, or in terms of video games. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money to talk about, and you have to be very accurate when it comes to that, and you do not want to misspeak when it comes to the article. But for something like a showcase of art, slideshow, that's gonna be new. Same thing on the Francis Squad. If we go back to reactions to DeviantArt, because right now we're doing video reactions. Okay, so keep that in mind. For Francis Riolu, right now, you guys are actually enjoying. We're gonna try that again, but we're gonna do that for slideshow. We're gonna do slideshow presentations for DeviantArt. We're gonna try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's all I'm gonna say. But what is working is grind shows for some reason. For those of you who are not aware, we have tried grind show for Pokemon Unbreakable Ties ever since trying for that second gym badge. Spoiler alert: we have finished the second gym. Make sure you watch the last stream. But before we even got to the second gym, we needed two grind shows, and you guys have been enjoying. You guys have been eating that up. Okay, now and then the other stuff here. For Mario, no changes right now because there's literally no change. Um, for the for VR for our VR world tours, VR chat world tours, it's kind of a mixed bag right now because I want to see if um if you guys like B-roll. So for example, here is B-roll. So this is how I did Midnight Rest. Now what I could try is the presentation thing again, like a slideshow with music, and I'll show like a quick look, kind of like that. Now again, we're gonna try that. Again, we're here to try different things. Again, like everything I said, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We go back to normal. Because I really want to share VR chat worlds that people make. Because definitely these are not easy to make. I am not kidding. If you think these are easy, everybody would have been making one right now. That's how crazy hard it is. So let me know what you guys think of that. If you guys like this idea or you want me to try to present slideshow. And that's it. That's the draft preview and a little preview of new content. We will start doing channel previews once the draft is over next week after Thanksgiving. So channel previews are coming up after Thanksgiving break. So yeah, that's the preview for the draft and a little taste of what's coming up for the content. Members, get ready. I'm going to have a video for you. Game development style. So get ready for that. Enjoy, and we'll see you guys tonight for Rocket League. We're gonna be playing both vertically and horizontally. Hopefully, we get some more W's. Enjoy.